Betty here, and today's video is going to be January's book of the month. Quick disclaimer before we go anywhere, this is an 18+ month, guys. Sorry, but it's heavily involves girl porn. It is a dark romance month. I know that I said that I probably have read the shit out of this gene, and that's probably why I can't find a book that floats my boat, but I did delve in further into the subject matter, and I found some really good books that I really enjoyed. So 18+, guys, no kiddies, no, this is sex, complete and utter sex. Also, to let you know, this is going to be just a tiny bit of a beefy video, because I have managed, that's right, I have managed to get through 8 books this month. I know. I don't know how I do it. So, to kick things off, let's start with a interview with the master by Jason Luke. Here's a look at the cover. So, I am the stupid twat who didn't realise that this book is actually solely based on an interview. I actually didn't think that, so you know, twat right here. It's about this girl called Letitia. She is a journalist, and she interviews Jonah Noble, the BDSM master. And things kick off a little bit. Now, I'm quite surprised that I haven't read this book before, because it is very heavily compares to 50 Shades. I know, I fucking hate 50 Shades, and this book has got a bit of a 50 Shades feel to it, you know? Letitia, the young, naive, impressionable young lady, Jonah Noble, you know, the dominant quintillion McBillionaire who takes Letitia under his wing, you know, sound familiar? Having a male author is actually a really nice change, because what you find with sort of dark romances is that females do heavily populate, you know, the authors with it. So, yeah, it was kind of nice to hear from, like, a guy. Some bits were funny, some were not. I liked how the book is completely from Jonah's perspective, which I kind of liked. But I did feel that there were moments where Letitia could have, you know, like, you could have heard from Letitia, and I think that would have put the story, you know, more alive, I think. I find that the book was lacking something. The end I did not expect at all, and to be honest there, I don't know, I was a little bit dubious about it. There wasn't, I can't tell you what happens, but something happens at the end of this book, and it, I don't know, it didn't touch any nerves, it didn't float my boat per se, it just kind of was really flat all the way through. So, yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I finished it, but I didn't really enjoy it. On to book 2. In Love with the Master by Jason Luke. Now, I did buy the trio off Amazon, because there's 3 of them. I don't know why. I wish I hadn't, because I didn't even finish this one. I thought, I don't know. I felt like there were parts of it that completely lacked emotion. I understand what the author is trying to achieve. The author's trying to achieve some epic love story, you know, very 50 Shades again, but I just feel like he missed it completely missed the bar with that. Sex, and more sex. This book is just heavily with sex, which it wouldn't have been so bad if the sex was good. And at the bottom of my notes I've written, what a load of shit. I just thought, this guy has read 50 Shades, then was like sitting in his house doing a male version. That's kind of what I got from these 2 books. I didn't read the 3rd, and I'm not going to read the 3rd. I thought it was crap. It didn't tickle my pickle whatsoever. And I don't know why I bothered, to be honest with you. On to book 3! This is Undeniable by Madeline Sheehan. Let's have a look at the cover. Now, this book, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I loved it. I absolutely loved this book. I found it on Goodreads. Now, it's about a girl called Eva, and her dad is a president of an MC club. And she meets Deuce, yes, Deuce, who is in a rival motorcycle club. And the reason why I loved this book, for starters, was that it takes you through like her life from her being young to her being old, because she first meets Deuce when she's like 9 years old, and then you go through and you see like how they both pop into each other's lives the older that she gets. And I loved this book. I absolutely loved. Not usually a fan of motorcycle clubs. Like, I've read Pepper Winters, she did Pure Corruption. I thought that was a lot of shit. I don't really get into MCs, but I fell head over heels for this fucking book. And there's a part in this book that actually did make me cry. I was literally in the bath reading this book and I was sobbing my eyes out. Oh my god, it was horrible. There's a part where Deuce gives Eva his tag. Like, you get a tag, like, in his club, you get like a president tag, and he gives it to her. And I just thought the scene was perfectly set, it was perfectly written, and I was blubbering like a fucking baby. I really, really was. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I finished this book in 24 hours. It's been a while since that's happened, it really has. And Madeline, well done. Well done, babes. Well done. Because I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I loved it. There was so many twists and turns, ups and downs, and I just thought it was amazing. So, you know, if you do like dark romances, please give this a bash, because it is absolutely phenomenal. It was phenomenal. On to book 4. It is Insufferable Proximity by Z Stefani. Here's a look at the cover. Now, this is in 18 plus. They're all 18 plus. It is a steamy I hate you but love you between Julian, a hotshot lawyer who is the boss's son, and Heaven, who is a strong woman, independent, and they battle it out for the partnership of the firm. I don't know. There were parts in this book where it completely rubbed me up the wrong way. Julian rubbed me up the wrong way. I thought... It's so hard that I can't explain it to you, you know, without sort of ruining it, but there were parts where I thought, Julian, you've gone a bit too far there, boy. You've gone just a tad little bit too far. Sometimes Heaven is a little bit submissive, which, as you know, I don't particularly like submissive women. I do like strong, independent, can take care of yourself, not going to take no shit kind of woman. But I did feel that, I don't know, the way that it was structured was annoying, completely annoying. I find that in some bits of it, the book spoke to you like you were stupid. For example, Heaven did not feel that Julian deserved such a gorgeous office and believed the only reason Aidan had given it to him was to hide Julian's indiscretion. Right? That's a quote. Then the author repeats it and repeats it and repeats it and repeats it all the way through the book. That's how the book was structured. It did my fucking head in. But at the same time, I couldn't stop reading it. I know I'm sitting here bashing it, but I couldn't, I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't stop reading it. It is not for the faint-hearted. This is quite, like, if you're a noob to dark romance, don't necessarily read this book. Read a few and then read this, because it is a bit, you know, like taboo. It does rub you up the wrong way a little bit. I'm so glad that I did stick with it and I did finish it, and the ending was a little bit rushed, but I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. So, yeah. Not a bad little book. Not a bad little book. On to book 6! We're going to get through them as quickly as I can, I promise you, okay? I promise. This is Serial, Volume 1, by Lily White and Jaden Wilkes. Here's a look at the cover. This is about a guy called Jude, who is a psychopath and kills women. He stumbles on a woman who he can't kill and wants to make her his forever. Now this is a very taboo book as well. If you're not of the faint-hearted, do not read this book because it will probably give you nightmares. It is quite up there with the psychopath serial killer meets love, you know. Yeah. It's got a bit of an American Psycho feel to it. You know, what's his name? Christian Bale? He did Batman. He was in American Psycho. It's kind of got that feel to it, you know. He was a bit of an arrogant prick, you know. Also with a bit of You by Carolyn Kepnes. I thought that was in there a little bit because he does get a bit stalkerish and that was kind of a feel of it as well. I finished it in 3 hours, which really, really, really surprised me. It didn't really pique my interest. Some parts were pretty boring, some parts were a bit plain Jane, and I think with the subject matter, I think the authors could have done a little bit more. But saying that, this is only volume 1, there might be more in volume 2, it didn't tickle my pickle enough to pick up the other book, you know? But it's okay. It's alright. Book 6 is His by Aubrey Dark. Here's a look at the cover. Now, I think, right, that Aubrey Dark, you know what you're talking about, babes. You know what you're fucking talking about. She is the light of my life. At the minute, she really, really, really is. So, the story starts with Kat. She's 23, in college, and works at the library. Gav is an insane killer, and their paths cross. Will Kat ever come out alive? It is kind of another serial killer meets love kind of thing, but I gotta say that this book rocked my fucking world. It gave me everything that I was looking for. It gave me everything that I asked for, and then some, and then some. It was fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal! Stockholm Syndrome seems to be a favourite of mine at the minute. Judging by the past book and this book. I don't know what it is. I really don't. Also, damsel in distress. I love a damsel in distress. I really, really do. It got me going in parts. I finished it in 8 hours. Oh, I tell you. I loved this book. I loved it. And I am going to do a video on why dark romance tickles my pickle, because I think there's a lot of judgment. Not necessarily judgment, but I think, you know, it's my Kindle. I'm going to read what I want. But I also want to share my thoughts on girl porn, you know. I kind of want to, like, let you know why these sort of books that I love so much and why and all that jazz. So I am going to do, like, a separate video. But yeah, I just thought it was brilliant. Oh my God, I thought it was brilliant. It was like live or die love, you know? And you know, that kind of love, I fucking loved it. I really did. Aubrey Dark, congratulations, babes. You know what you're fucking talking about. On to book 7 is Mine by Aubrey Dark. Now this is a dark romance trio. I forgot to mention that, but here's a look at the cover. So, Ren is a plastic surgeon with a love for killing, and Sarah, who works in a shitty bar, will love cross their paths. I will say, Ren's like monologues do read a bit like a medical journal, which I didn't mind because I do love medical jargon and all that crap, so I didn't really mind that. It didn't really have the awe-inspiring love that I was kind of looking for. Not as good as the previous book, but still quite enjoyable all the same. The ending was surprisingly pleasant, and I finished it within 3 days. So not bad, not bad. And my last book is Yours by Aubrey Dark. Aubrey Dark. Here's a look at the cover. Now this is the final installment. This is a story about Val and Jessica. Can she learn to love a monster? Can she? Can she? Now this is like, I would say that this is the roughest out of the 3 that I've read. This is the abuse gets a bit It's not for the faint-hearted as well. Again, it's a bit over. It's a bit full on. I mean, there's like sex slavery and stuffs like that, and you know, there's training and all that crap. Do you know what's really? Did I know what I loved about Aubrey Dark with these 3 books? They're completely 3 different books, completely like different subject matter, completely, which I really, really love. Jessica is a strong, independent woman, which, you know, I love. I love all of them. I love all 3 for very, very different reasons. I finished this in 2 days. The ending was quite quick, which was a little bit disappointing. It was a little bit disappointing, but yeah, I enjoyed it. And those are my 8 books. Oh my God. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, those are my 8 books. And my book of the month is His by Aubrey Dark. If you don't know who she is, if you've never read anything by her, and if you do love a little bit of girl porn, or you do love a little bit of dark romance, please check her out. She is fucking amazing. She may be my author of the year, because you know, well, you know that Pepper was last year. Good old Pepper Winters, babes. So those are my books. If you have read any that I've mentioned, please comment below. Or if you do have any other suggestions, please let me know. All of my contactable information is down there. Please like and subscribe. You know what you're doing. And I hope everything is well with you. I am pretty fucking hunky-dory. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.